Blog Talk Radio.
It's time now for the Sports Objective Podcast. No talking heads, just guys who love sports. Here's Dave Richmond.
Welcome into Harvey Hall here at the Murphy Center. We're live, and we're glad to be here with you. We have Kyle from LaGrange Barber, and I want to give a shout-out, Kyle, to our good friend Brian Freeman, the voice of the podcast. He recently retired, and so we want to say hello to him and appreciate him listening, and his wife Susie. And Susie has got no idea that she's going to have to get a big honey-do list for him now, because all these years he hasn't been at the house, and now he's there in Florida as a retirement home. So, Brian, thank you for all that you've done for the podcast for the last year and a half. Appreciate it, buddy, and good luck to retirement. Kyle, we're here now live. It's great to be here at Harvey Hall. What excitement here in this room this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Sitting here just looking around at all these great media members and coaches, and ready to get started here and get some coaches over here and start talking to them. Coach
Houston talked about the sweet tea, and obviously they had sandwiches and pasta, and obviously great cookies as well. So thanks to all the great staff at ECU. Appreciate that very much for all that they've done for here. The hospitality is tremendous, and the excitement's in this room because of having a new coach, a new era starting here at Pirate football for 2019. We've got the Town Bank Tower, all the great coaches, so it's going to be awesome, don't you think?
Yeah, new beginning, new head coach, Scotty Mike, Lord. New head coach,
live radio.
The new head coach, Mike Houston, the Town Bank Tower, like you said. Brand new staff, a lot of familiar faces, Donnie Kirkpatrick, Steve Shankweiler, and some new people we get to know, and looking forward to new beginnings and hopefully back to old ways of winning Pirate football.
No doubt about it. Thank you, Jessica Barber, Kyle's better half, other half, if you will. She's actually our field producer. She'll be getting
she's trying to get us some coaches right now.
Players in about 30 minutes. And thank you to Al Cannon. He's a great friend we've known. He's the guy that got me in this business in 1996, so July 1st to be exact. Thank you, sir. Very, very much. He's helping us out each and every live podcast. We'll try to see if we can take some calls, but right now, certainly we're working on getting some coaches to come over the table. Lots of excitement because of the fact of having Coach Mike Houston first year. We know that right now there's over about 1,000 tickets sold, season tickets, Kyle, so we know that we're going to do better than we did last year. And I have a feeling that once this team starts winning, the mini plans and the season, not those season tickets, but the individual game tickets will go up.
Yeah, absolutely. We're over 14,000. Was it over 14,000 or over 13,000?
13,500.
Over 13,500, yeah. So we're pushing 14,000 season tickets sold. Hopefully we'll scratch that 15,000 mark, I'm hoping, before the season starts, or at least early season. Yeah. And so, yeah, big improvement from last year, not where we need to be, but hopefully we'll get there soon enough.
Very excited to be here, our very first media day. I want to thank Tom McClellan, Malcolm Gray, everybody here, the staff, the sports information department, that they do an excellent job here in media relations. And when you look around the room, there's lots of great people here, and I appreciate that very much. Kyle, I know that a lot of people have been waiting for this day because we knew that this is kind of like the official kickoff. Practice has been going on as we've been having. They had their scrimmage today. I think, Coach, overall, a coach is never going to tell you they're pleased, but considering where they were at spring football, considering where we've been the last 3 years, we're light years ahead of where we were under the last 3 seasons under Scotty Montgomery.
Absolutely, yeah. The progress Coach Houston talked about from spring to fall, seems like we've come light years. We're not a finished product by any means, but the way they're practicing, we can't help but be better than we were last year. Coach Houston and his staff know what they're doing, so it'll just continue to improve the product on the field, and it'll start in NC State in 2 weeks.
Very excited about that. Let's get our good buddy real quick, Alan Vick. He was on the podcast April of 2018. We're going to get him here, and he's actually a football guru, high school, college, and he loves Elvis. We lost Elvis yesterday. That made, 42 years ago. So he's the Elvis expert here definitely in this room. I don't think there's anybody that knows more about Elvis in this room than you do.
Is Elvis a Pirate fan?
I'm sure he is above the sky, up in the sky for sure.
I hope so. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Al. I don't know how you got these things set up. He's technical here. So.
He really didn't die. He's still at Graceland. He's hiding out watching football, and I'm sure he has it on the big screen.
No, sir. Elvis is dead.
Okay.
And I don't feel so good myself.
Okay.
But a big day today, Dave.
It really is. Glad to have you here with us. And,
how many media days is this for you and I now?
I haven't been to I've been to a lot of press conferences, but not this is my first media day.
What did you think of the grilled chicken?
I thought it was good. I had barbecue sauce and cheese with it, and certainly here we got we've got Coach Steve Shankweiler here. Let's get Coach on.
Let's let Coach sit down.
All right,
there we go.
Appreciate you, Alan.
Bigger name on the other line.
Thank you, Alan.
There we go.
We have Coach Steve Shankweiler here, the offensive line coach. And Coach, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll let him sit down and put on the headphones. But I know that the offensive line is improving dramatically, and we knew it would under Coach Shankweiler. And Coach, thank you for being on the Sports Objective again.
Well, it's great to be here. Appreciate you guys being here with us.
Absolutely. How do you feel so far with the fall camp? Are you pleased with? I know Coach is ever happy, but are you happier than you were at spring? Or
I need 2 more weeks.
Okay. You always need more hours in the day or more weeks, right?
Well, I'm happy that it's that side of the preparation winding down, and I think that I know the players are, but we are a work in progress. It's going to take a year's journey to get us where we want to go, and it's going to take some time. But I couldn't be more pleased with the effort level, the mentality of wanting to do it right that we've been able to get out of these kids since spring ball. So it's really been fun.
How far have we come from when you first got here and back in spring ball until now? How much has the line improved?
Well, it's hard to judge that because of who you're going against. You're going against the same guys every day. So until you see another face, it's difficult to put a real answer together. But what I have to do is I have to evaluate, the learning curve. So much of offensive line play is about fundamentals, and that's true in all sports, and certainly in football. But it's the only position in sport where you're asking a kid for 80, 85 plays to move a 300-pound man that does not want to be moved. And it's a very taxing and demanding game. And the fundamentals of the game to get that done are critical. And getting kids to get their feet and their body in the right position and being able to execute assignments along with the fundamentals it takes to move a 300-pound person, it takes time. And I'm the third line coach they've had 3 years. So they've had one guy, then the next guy, now me, and so they've had to go through 3 different learning styles, 3 different teaching styles, and so it's going to be a work in progress. But like I said, if I happen to pull up our second scrimmage from the spring, I watched it yesterday just to kind of plan our second scrimmage today, and we are significantly better fundamentally than we were in the spring. And so that tells me that what we were able to get done in the spring and the summer, and then now in camp, I think if you really looked at it critically, you would say they've come a long way. Now, are we at the level we need to be? I don't know. We'll judge that over the next 12 Saturdays. But I do know this: we have gotten significantly better.
What about the running game? I know that's on a lot of people's minds. Something we haven't been able to do is, I know the pass is the pass, to run the football. Do you feel better, more confident about the running game now?
Well, I think it's the thing you got to keep in mind about the running game is so much of it's intertwined with the rest of the offense. I really like a couple of our backs. Okay, I don't think that they're necessarily going to be guys that necessarily take it to the house, but they are learning where to run the ball, how to read the scheme. I think up front, as a line coach, you're always going to say we got to be more physical. We got to be technically better. But I think the kids understand what we're trying to do and how we run it. And obviously, the more you get the line and the backs together on the same page, the better that's going to be. So, we'll see. We're certainly going to give it all it's due. That's the mission, and we're going to run the football and be able to effectively throw it. And we'll just have to wait and see. Go against somebody different than ourselves.
Coach, you've been here several times before, had a lot of success, going all the way back to the Peach Bowl days. You were here under Bill Lewis, Steve Logan, Skip Holtz. You know who you coached under. How much do the guys now understand the success you've had here, and does that help you get their attention, that you can point and say, hey, I've done this before here, I can make you good, and I can do it here because I've done it before?
Well, I don't know that I've made anybody good. The good Lord and Mom and Dad had a lot to do with that. But you'd have to ask them. I certainly use lessons from the past to help them understand where we are, where we need to go, and how other guys have done it. I don't like to dwell on the past because, really, I'm not very good in math, but 1991, how many years ago was that? 30 years ago almost, I guess. Well, these guys weren't even born, they weren't born when Bill Clinton was president. So, they don't see the perspective that I see. But I do think that one of my jobs, and I use this word a lot with them, is wisdom. Not trying to act like an old man, because I don't think I am, but you do garner wisdom with experience. And there are things that I can help them understand, and I do that daily. That's a daily part of our night meeting. We talk about life outside of football. We talk about the past history here. I talk with them about, what it takes, a standard it takes to be a good player. You can be first string. You can be first, and this is something I think all young people struggle with. You can be first string, but that doesn't mean you're a first string player. The law of the game says we have to put 5 linemen out there. That doesn't mean you're a first string player, standard wise. So what I'm trying to convince them to do is to critically examine themselves, compare themselves to guys that I have shown from the past, and compare them to the standard of other teams that we play today. All right, and let's understand that you might be the starting left guard, but you know what? You got to play like a starting left guard, and so that's kind of the approach that I've taken.
Coach, I wanted to ask about. I know when you talk about spring football, but one of the things I've noticed, the summer conditioning under strength and conditioning coach Big John Williams. Man, the guys look. When I look at fall camp, the coaches, the players, everybody looks like it's the physicality out in the practice field. How big was the summer conditioning under our new strength and conditioning coach?
I think it goes back to Coach Houston in that, Coach Houston believes this, and his staff believes this, and John believes this, that no matter what, the game is a physical football game. A lot of people talk it. A lot of people don't do it. Okay, they don't emphasize it. And John, in his strength program, everything is about being physical and mentally tough, and he trains them that way. And all strength coaches are good, but in his particular case, he's an old lineman. Okay, from Rose High and North Carolina A&T, he's an old lineman, and he and I we get along great because he understands linemen. He understands what it takes for them to develop. It's not just how fast you run a 40 or how much you bench press. That's not what it is. It's about how you can manipulate a body that weighs 300 pounds. How can you change direction? How well do you bend? How do you use your strength? These kids are big. They are strong. But so many of them don't know how to use it efficiently. And John does a great job with those guys. And like you said, I think when they walk out on the field right now, they look a little bit different than they did in January.
Big job for offensive linemen to protect the quarterback. Does it make the job any easier for the O-line with a big, strong kid like Holton Ahlers back there?
Well, there's no doubt. Because he's going to get hit. If you went to Las Vegas and you said, okay, I'm going to bet that I'm going to win all 5 of my bets every time, there's no way. Right. You got 5 guys or 4 guys rushing, 5 guys blocking, sometimes 6. Somebody's going to get beat. But a kid that has the physical strength and ability to change direction that he does, he will avoid danger. Okay. You look at the guys in the NFL like that, Roethlisberger. Now he's a freak, but it's the same. It's relative. Sometimes people try to tackle him and they bounce off of him. And that's what Holton gives you. He gives you a guy that's physically strong enough to withstand a kid hitting him in the shoulder as he throws it, a kid grabbing his leg as he throws it. And then he has the escapability to avoid those situations too. So, there's no question. No line coach wants to block for a statue. Those statues they're pretty easy to get after. So, we're fortunate to have a kid like him back, on the team.
Certainly big when you have a kid like him that I think is a playmaker, a difference maker. He's certainly, I can't believe when he talks to the media and you're around him, he seems a lot older than he really is.
Well, he's been around sports his whole life. And kids that have grown up in it have a different, a little more mature perspective of things than kids that haven't.
I tell you what, Coach, we're very excited. Do you know the team you played last year? You're playing again this year, August the 31st on NC State.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with them. And someone was asking me earlier, do you remember your first game at East Carolina? And I said, I'll never forget it. It was 1987.
Oh, the riot game.
And we beat their butts 32-14. So, no. And then, I had a chance to work there 2 years ago. I was on the staff 2 years ago, and so I've seen the other side of this thing, and I had to kind of keep my mouth shut. But I've seen the other side of it, and it was an interesting perspective to see how they look at it. But then last year we thought we had a good enough football team to beat them, and we came darn close to beating them. We turned the ball over one time, and it killed our chance to win it. But it was a very, very physical, very close football game, and we're looking forward to trying to make the same thing happen this year.
Coach, one of our viewers here on Facebook Live wanted me to ask you how Court Shankweiler was doing.
Well, he's probably doing what I'm doing right now. He just finished up his second scrimmage. He's the quarterback coach at Lafayette College up in Easton, Pennsylvania, and doing well. I know he's excited. He feels like that they have a chance, and they're in the Patriot League, and they open up. In fact, they open up with one of our opponents. They open up with William & Mary. And the same day we play NC State.
Get some good scouting out of that.
Yeah, I hope so. And
get the tape, right?
But he's excited about it. He thinks he has a good quarterback to work with, and he's looking forward to the season.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Looking forward to the big season.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here for now. I think this is it. I
hope so. We will keep you for a long time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you so much. And that's Coach Steve Shankweiler, legend here at East Carolina, and definitely a big time here for many, many years at East Carolina. Glad to have him back. Hey, Coach, how are you? Drew Dudzik here. He's glad to have you back here on the podcast. And I tell you what, first of all, I just want to tell you guys, I think that you need some rest sometime, and maybe in January or February. But I don't know how you guys look so great, and you've been on the road recruiting, you're coaching, and recruiting and coaching at a high level. So I want to say that for all of Pirate Nation, we're very happy of what you guys are doing.
Appreciate that. Since December, we've really hit the ground running and put a lot of hard work into this football program, this university. But you know what? You're in this business because you love influencing young people and you love coaching, and that's what it's all about. You're going to put in a lot of hours, a lot of time, and we want to win football games here. So we're excited about the future.
Talk about what do you think about so far with the fall camp versus spring camp? What are you seeing with your guys there at the position?
Absolutely. Tremendous improvement, obviously. We've grown in so many ways as an outside receivers room, just from, understanding the offense and what we're trying to do to going out there and executing it and making a lot of plays. The kids really worked hard this summer to improve in different areas individually and collectively as a group, and we have really grown to do that and make a lot of plays. So I'm excited about this group and this unit and what we bring to the table here for our offense and our team this season.
Very excited to talk about the wide receivers and outside wide receivers. The thing that I think that most fans would say right now, the man on the street question, is that we went too many times. That's a pass last year to Trayvon Brown, 88. Everybody knew the ball was going to 88. I feel like we have a lot of talent all across the board at wide receiver that we won't be such an easy target of knowing 88 is going to get the ball every time. What would you say to that?
Well, yeah, and it goes back to what I was saying with, everyone just has to understand their job and do their job. I mean, the system is designed to obviously get playmakers the football, but as long as you're doing your job, you're putting yourself in the best position to make a play when the ball comes to you. And there's a lot of little details that go into every concept that we're running in the passing game. And the players do understand that, hey, I might not get the ball here, but, hey, I got to outside release this corner right here to make the play for somebody else. So it's just little things like that. Obviously, all starts up front. And the quarterback has to make great choices, and we've got to make great plays down the field. But the ball's going to find the guys that are getting open, and just simply by doing their job, they don't have to do anything special. And there is a lot of talent across the board, and we'll see who makes plays when it comes game time.
Coach, without a doubt, the greatest wide receiver coach to date in East Carolina history is Donnie Kirkpatrick. With the receivers we had here, the Heath coach, Andre Allison, Dwayne Harris, Justin Hardy, Zay Jones. How is it, have him as your OC and knowing his pedigree for developing wide receivers at this university?
Well, yeah, there's definitely a rich tradition here at East Carolina. And I'll tell you what, it has been an incredible experience for me working with Donnie here going on year 4. I've definitely learned a lot from him, not only from a receiver standpoint, but obviously from a holistic offensive approach and really, from a whole team dynamic. I mean, he is a tremendous mentor, and I have learned a lot from him. And you know what? We've had a lot of success over the last few years, and we hope to continue that moving forward.
Who's our best deep threat?
There's a lot of guys. I'll tell you what, there is a lot of speed in the room. There's a lot of competition in the room, and when you see us in those team pairs, there's been a lot of guys that have stood out to really make a lot of plays down the football field, which is what we need to do. Because obviously we are going to be a balanced football team. We're going to run the football effectively. We're going to stretch it with the vertical passing game. But there have been a lot of guys that have really stood out and made a lot of plays for us so far in camp, and we hope that continues.
Coach, can you talk? I know you can't say names, but as far as the recruiting trail, we've been very impressed with the number of players, and there's been a nice balance from starting in the 252, where we need to keep all our kids east of I-95, if you will, home, state of North Carolina. But you look out now, especially the East Coast, man, we're rolling.
Absolutely, and just goes to show, hard work pays off. I think our entire staff really hit the road, in January and obviously in the spring, and really did a great job of making sure people understand what this football team is going to be. Right, we're going to be a tough, hard-nosed, physical football team, and we're going to recruit the most talented players we can to fit this program. And there's just a lot of energy and excitement around what we're doing here and the leadership of Coach Houston. And, we're looking to build off of that moving forward. It's the culture, it's the energy and everything that goes into that really says a lot about who we are as coaches and who we are as people. And I think that's really been a big reason why we've been able to have success and look to sustain that and keep improving moving forward.
It's a very exciting time. Well, so far your time in Greenville, you've been here about 8 months. What do you like about this town?
I love the people. I really do. My wife Meredith and I and our son Luke, they ended up getting here in February. But great neighborhood, right? Great people, great restaurants to go out and enjoy a nice dinner, and that's what really has stood out to me. Especially I went to JMU, so we were very familiar with the Harrisonburg area, but we have just absolutely loved it here in Greenville. Not only within the football family, but outside, we've been able to meet a lot of just great people. And I think that's really important because at the end of the day, you want to surround yourself with great people. And we've been able to do that here in town. And I'm just really excited about, obviously, this fall, but also the future here in Greenville.
There's a lot of buzz and excitement. I know it's always that way. Kyle and I have been following the program for a long time. It's almost like the president. Every handful of years, you get a new coach. But there's a different kind of excitement. I think that people really know that Coach Mike Houston's the real deal. Can you talk about your boss?
I'll tell you what, he is incredible to work for. And like I stated earlier, he just brings that energy and that positive emotion and just really knows how to build positive culture, right? And you're seeing that within our locker room right now. We saw that, obviously, at James Madison with the success we had there. And I'll tell you what, he's a family man, really cares a lot about us coaches as people and our players as people. And I think that's really important, right? Because at the end of the day, like I said, you are here to influence people, and he does a great job connecting with the players, connecting with the coaches, and getting us all to build up that group camaraderie, and that's really big, and that leads to success on and off the football. Obviously, you saw that academically with the improvement, GPA-wise and everything in the spring and summer, and you're going to see that on the football field moving forward as well.
A lot of people hoping to go back to a bowl. Do you feel that? Do coaches feel that confidence that this team has a chance to go to a bowl?
Absolutely. I mean, we believe in our team, our players, and the key there is, though, we just have to take it 1 week at a time. Coach Houston always says that next game is the biggest game of the year. right? It doesn't matter if it's NC State, Gardner-Webb, whomever it may be that we play. It's all about just the next game, and that's the biggest game of the year, and that's going to be our focus. We're going to work hard to put ourselves in a position to win every game that we play in, and that's going to be the expectation here moving forward. So, no doubt, we definitely do have high hopes, high expectations, but we're going to take it one day at a time, and our main focus is that first one coming up.
Coach, good luck this season. I know we're very excited to have you guys here. The Pirate Nation is just over the top. Everywhere I go, I work here in Greenville. If you're at a gas station, you see a Pirate, people are just, I haven't seen this much excitement. I don't know if Kyle can agree with me in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it's great to have Coach Houston and the staff here, and hopefully we'll see results this year and watch the program build and grow.
We're excited about the future here, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Coach. And outside receivers coach there, Drew Dudzik.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Coach. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate your time. And we're here live podcast, folks. Our first media day here at the Sports Objective, of course, people here.
Field producer Jessica Barber, who are we waiting on right now?
Coach, I know Coach Houston is going to come to us here in just a little bit.
Okay,
so I guess we can talk a little bit and tell everybody about our schedule coming up. Thank you so much for making our 50 Pirates of 50 Days a big success. It's been a big success so far. It's a way to bridge the summer, and we've had outstanding folks, so we appreciate all the players come on. Maybe we get some coaches on between now. It's going on through August 30th. It's the Friday right before our very first game, so we're looking forward to that. And I know, Kyle, that's been huge, and I want to remind folks to continue to listen to that. It's on SoundCloud, and we also have it on YouTube. The YouTube channel has been huge. It's been rocking thanks to our good buddy Bubba Rosenbaum. His daughter's birthday party, I know he'd probably get a divorce if he missed his daughter's birthday party, so he couldn't be here. I know he's listening in. Appreciate you, Bubba, he did a lot of stuff for today behind the scenes, so I want to give him credit before I forget.
Yeah, absolutely, Bubba. Always working hard, scheduling guests, doing interviews. And the 50 Pirates 50 Days is his idea, and it's been a great success for us on SoundCloud with sharing it on Facebook, and message boards, etc. It's got a lot of listens, and we've got to finish that up.
Coach Mike Houston, appreciate him very much. I know he's very busy and stopped by to say hello to us and spend some time with us. Coach, I can attest coming to practice, it's been way different. The physicality, you play like you practice. Also, I wanted to ask you, as far as you always hear in sports, the cliche of sports is 90% mental, 10% skill. How much has that played a part into when you guys took over now that there's so much optimism, a lot of hope with this program?
I think that's a lot of it. I think that's probably also the biggest thing we've still got to work on. It is a lot mental. Certainly we've worked very hard to develop them physically. They've worked very hard to develop themselves and the way they play. And their attitudes and everything have come a long ways. But still, we've got to learn how to win. And that's the one thing that you can't work on until you get out there on the field and you start playing. But we've got to learn how to win, and that is a lot mental also. There's got to be that confidence late in the fourth quarter that you're going to make the play to win the game. You're going to make the play to stop your opponent. That you got, and sometimes you may be down, so you've got to have the optimism that you can come back and get the job done.
I know when it comes to the mentality that you have is like to never give up. As far as there are guys that were, I know you were talking at the beginning of fall camp, guys tapping out, different things like that.
Right.
How are things changed now the last couple of weeks?
It's getting there pretty quick. I mean, I think we've fixed a lot of it. You may have that just every once in a while with, for the most part, a younger player. But unless there's something going on, the guys, it's not one of those, I'm tired, this is tough, that's gone, we'll flat point it out in a heartbeat. We have cut-ups that we watch after every practice or every scrimmage as a team, and if there's something like that going on, we're going to call it out in the room, and we talk about it's got to be eliminated. And if it can't be eliminated, then you can't be with us. But if you want to be a part of this program, then you're committed to each other to give your very best on every single snap.
Coach, are we still in the midst of a quarterback competition?
I think we got competition everywhere. And until we take a snap on August 31st, there's competition.
Okay. And speaking of August 31st, at NC State, I read some comments here lately at a couple of different places from you. Sound like you're getting a little into the rivalry. It's going to be your first experience playing the Wolfpack, and
as a Pirate coach,
as a Pirate coach. Right?
As a Pirate coach,
yeah. As far as being a part of that rivalry, are you getting fired up, or is it just another game, or I guess it's not just another game. It's
the biggest game of the year, right? I mean, each game each week is the biggest game of the year.
If you ask them, it's our Super Bowl.
Sure. I think Coach Doran's probably pretty into it. I mean, I think that you look back at how fired up he gets about this game. I think it's a big game for him. It's a big game for both universities. I think that's good for our sport. Yep. And I respect Coach Doran and the job he's done there. We've played him in the past. I told him last year before the game, he's done an incredible job. Where that program was when he took over to where it is now. They're one of the better teams in the ACC, so I think it's a great test for us in the opener. But, it's not a secret that neither one of our fan bases care a whole lot about each other, and that makes it that much more of an exciting game. And I think that's something you have to embrace. So it's going to be an exciting kickoff game to our 2019 season on August 31st.
Before we let you go, I know you got to run, but can you tell us your favorite place to eat in town? One of your favorite restaurants?
There's a lot.
Do you have a few that you can tell us? I know you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to throw shade on anybody else. The Rick House has been really good.
All right.
We've done a few recruiting things there and everything, and then my wife and I have been there once. That's the only time we've been out to eat since I've been in Greenville. So,
have you had a chance to go out to Bees and get you some barbecue?
I have not been out to Bees. Now, Sam Jones is close to the house,
right?
So I've been there several times. I want to go to Bees.
You need to.
I know. That's what I've heard. I love barbecue, though.
Sam Jones is great. Got great food. It's a little up here.
No, price-wise.
No, I'm just talking about from the presentation.
Oh, okay.
It's nice. Bees is a dump, but it's a charming dump.
And they run out of barbecue. Coach, I know you've got to run. Thank you so much for spending time with us again.
Thanks.
Good to see you, and good luck this season. We're looking forward to a magical year.
Thanks for having me on, and appreciate the support that you guys give for all of Pirate Nation. Go Pirates.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Mike Houston, appreciate him very much. There's a lot of players in the room now, so the coaches portion of things is now done. So we're going to be trying to get as many players as we can. We'll see if we can get Kendall Futrell. We can see if we can get him over here. Hey, how you doing, Kendall? We're going to get him, and that's one of the things about a live broadcast is that you never know who you're going to get, when you're going to get them, but local product out of South Central, Kendall Futrell. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Very excited. I know this is your senior year, senior media day. What's going on for you? How do you feel?
Man, excited. I'm ready to get the year started, and that's it, really, man. Just really excited.
Talk about the defensive side of the ball. I know it's been a tough couple of years, but brand new season, brand new coaches. The Coach Houston was talking about how you guys as a team, how he wished he had a video of the first time that he talked to you to now, that you guys this morning were it was almost like a party, he said, at 7:35 when he got there. What's the mood like, the locker room, if you will, the players? How are things this year?
Man, just really, like I said again, excited. Everybody's ready to get this year started off. This is my last year, so I definitely want to go out with a bang. Got a great group of teammates with me, so we just want to do some great things this year.
Talk about defense coordinator Bob Trott, and you guys are running 3-3-5?
4-3.
4-3. You're running 4-3. Okay. So
or 4-2-5. However you want to.
Okay. So talk about the system change and playing under Bob Trott. Just seeing him in interviews, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to him myself. Seems like he's got a kind of an old school personality.
Yeah, he definitely does have an old school personality. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. He's been a lot of places, been coaching for a long time. So anything he tells me, I'm taking it with a lot of respect, because I know he's coached before. I know he's coached a lot of different players, a lot of great players. So anything he's telling me, he told somebody else before. So I know it's going to work out.
Absolutely.
We read, I believe, on the team this year, there's like 13 guys that are local guys out of the 85. How does it feel? You're right here in Greenville. In Pitt County. How special it is knowing that you can go out, have the potential. You guys seem to be hungry, urgent. You have a potential this year to go out with a bang, being the senior.
Yeah, that's big to have that many local players on the team. I feel like we got a lot of talent around here, like local talent. So it's good that we got it all on the team right now.
How is the senior leadership on this team? You being the senior, you're one of the leaders by class. Mm-hmm. Overall, how is the senior leadership on this team?
I think it's great, to be honest with you. We've been doing a great job of leading on and off the field. Just trying to lead the younger guys into the right direction, and so we can get these wins this year.
That's one thing that we're very excited about, is looking at the schedule and looking at you guys. You have a lot of talent. You were talking about talent. There's a lot of talent on this team, and I think that you guys, between the talent and now with the coaching staff mixed together, I think you guys are going to be – it's going to be a very special year. I just have a good feeling about it. It's been way different from spring ball to now. Talk about the time that Coach Houston got here to now. How close are you guys? Are you even closer now with Coach Houston and the staff than you were, say, 8 months ago when he was hired?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We had a whole spring and a whole summer to like really get to know everybody, get to know the coaches and stuff. So I feel like it's going really good. The relationship has grown closer between the team and the coaches and stuff. So we're all bonded now and just trying to get to that goal of winning this year.
After what happened to close the year out at NC State last year, very unique situation, opening up with the same opponent you closed the season with. Obviously that game's got a lot more meaning than just a football game because of the rivalry. Mm-hmm. How fired up are you to get back on the field against the Wolfpack?
Very excited, man. I remember the NC State game my freshman year, and it was a really good game, really packed. So hopefully we'll have a sold-out crowd like that and just a lot of excitement, a lot of fun with it. Yes, sir.
I want to ask you, as far as having a new strength and conditioning coach with Big John Williams, how tough is he?
He's tough, but I feel like you have to be tough to be a strength coach. So I think he's doing a great job of what he's doing. And never mind. Yeah. Well, anyways, I think he's doing a great job of doing what he's doing. And he's a great strength coach. He's leading us in the right direction, getting us strong, mentally strong and physically strong. So I got to give my hats off to him.
It was the fun of live radio.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah. So Kendall, as far as the defensive side of the ball, what goals do you guys have this year? Y'all have like individual goals or for the defense, or what's that like? Can you give us a kind of a sneak peek inside the room without telling us any schemes or anything?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like team goals of the defense, we really just want to win, to be honest. You know, like Coach Houston said, we want to score more points than the opponent. That's what our goal is. So we got to stop the offense, obviously, and that's definitely what we want to do.
And that's very exciting. I tell you what, we're very excited. And I tell you, coming to practice, the practices have been way different. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, the practice today was intense and up tempo. You know, I really liked the practice today. I really had a lot of fun with it, the scrimmage, and it was just a lot of fun today. Yes, sir.
Well, Kendall, thank you so much for spending time with us. I know that it's going to be an exciting season. We'll obviously talk to you during the season, and right now there's so much hope and optimism, and on behalf of Pirate Nation, I can tell you everybody's behind you 1,000%.
Appreciate it. We're ready to go this year. Thank you.
Go Pirates.
Thank you. Go Pirates.
Very excited to have him on, Kendall on, and the player portion of this. And we're excited to have on right now. We have more players, by the way, as we're getting players from all that. Very excited to have on. We wanted to have you on, Hussein, Howe, because this guy right here, you know what his favorite position is? Running back.
Love running backs.
He's a running back guy.
Absolutely.
He's a running back guy, so we want to make sure we had you on.
I look like a fullback.
The line will be easy to block for him, just run right through. But how are things going, man? I know that you're here, and a very exciting time to be a Pirate, right?
Oh, definitely. It's a great day to be a Pirate.
We'll get you closer to the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's a great day to be a Pirate, man. Like, I love it out here. I love the fans, and I love it.
You got a lot of speed, and you showed it at times during your career here. Offense is a little different now. Coach likes to run a more physical offense with a lot more running. How do you think of the offensive change and the fact that we are going to be a little bit more reliant on the running game?
I feel like it's changed a lot with Coach Kirkpatrick coming in and the scheme being different. We're more of a balanced team. We're 50-50. But he loves to run the ball, and I feel like that's going to be able to give me and the other running backs a chance to show our abilities.
I'm an old school guy. I love running and defense, and I think that's what wins championships. I love passing too, don't get me wrong, but it starts with the run. If you can run the football, and obviously as Coach Rick Smith said one time on I know Pirate Radio a year or two ago, he said if you can't run the ball, and he said if you can't stop the run, you're probably not going to win the game. So, but if we can run the ball and we can stop the run, we got a good chance to win the game. I feel really good about the season, and certainly with the coaching staff. Can you talk about how much of a difference it is now with Coach Houston here and the players? You guys seem to be really motivated, excited, hungry out there on the practice field, I've noticed.
Yeah, I mean, with Coach Houston coming in, man, he's changing everyone's mentality. far as like not breaking. We're at the point where everyone's trying to be committed in and follow his lead, because he's a hard-nosed coach and he loves what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Same as Coach Kirkpatrick and all the staff around him. So I feel like we're going to make a big impact this year.
You talk about that. When you look at Mike Houston's track record, and you've seen he won a national championship at the FCS level at James Madison, you can look at the guys Donnie Kirkpatrick put in the league with Zay Jones, Justin Hardy, Dwayne Harris. He coached them all. Yeah. Steve Shankweiler's reputation speaks for itself. Does that make y'all more inclined as players to, like, these guys do know what they're doing? They've got the track record to prove it.
Oh, definitely, man. Like, the young guys wouldn't really understand right now, but as an older guy, I really understand. Like, these guys really know what they're doing. They've had success on every level. So it's the best thing you can do is listen and take all that knowledge in.
It's very exciting. What do you think about this season with you guys? Do you guys, when the team goals, obviously it's to win, but do you have certain goals that you have in the locker room that maybe the Pirate Nation would like to know? That you can tell us? I know there's some that you want to keep private, but
the biggest one is off the field. We want to get a 3.0 GPA this semester. I think that would be big for the program. It's never happened in ECU's football program ever.
That would be outstanding, and I think that some people make fun of the term student athlete, but you guys, I want to ask a question I've never asked actually any Pirate player, but I'll ask you as far as how hard is it to maintain the balance of the demands that you have on this football team, and you've got the demands of the classroom. How hard is it to get that done? You have both things where a lot of us that went to East Carolina, like myself, we struggled just in the classroom, much less we didn't have like the demands of football.
I mean, it's a struggle. I mean, it's hard, but this is what you chose to do. Like, when you came to college, you came for football and also school, so it's what you chose to do, so you got to get adjusted to it. So, but when you're younger, it's moving too fast. But as you get older and you're in the system, like, you'll get adjusted to it, but it's pretty tough managing it.
You're plugged in, right?
Yeah, I'm plugged in right now.
Very excited about the season. You guys, I know it will start off August 31st. You guys ready to, instead of hitting each other, you guys ready for NC State?
Oh, yeah, we're getting better each and every day, getting prepared for NC State. So I feel like we'll be well prepared when we roll into Raleigh on the 31st.
It's going to be a very exciting time. I know we're looking forward to a lot of us going to be going up to Raleigh or people coming there. Good luck to you. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And so you got a running back here on the show.
Right.
He's excited now.
I want 80 yards back against State.
That'll be great. That'll be great. A nice big hole and running in there to Carter Finley. Thanks, Hussein. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks,
Have
man.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Hussein Howe there, and one of the running backs. We've got a lot of big running backs here that have so much talent. Darrell Sims is lucky and blessed to have, and so is the coaching staff to have the talent we have here in the running backs room. Don't you think, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you take Pinnix, Howe. There's two guys that, to me, I've seen potential in for years since they've been here. And I don't want to throw shade at all at the previous coaching staff, but I'm not sure they were used correctly. And it'll be interesting to see with this coaching staff what they can do with these two guys that I do think have a lot of talent. Pinnix has got a lot of power. Howe's got speed. So looking forward to seeing what happens with those two guys this year.
All right, and we've got Reid Herring here, and then that'll be the end of our first half of the show, and we'll talk to him, and we'll get Bubba on the line as well if we can. And Reid, good to see you, man. I know that Reid Herring's here with us. And
all right, Reid, are you starting?
I do not know.
What a way to start off the interview.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask you what your favorite milkshake is at around town, but instead are you starting? So do you guys get a chance to, I know we have a nutritionist now with Christina Parrish, but do you guys get to eat like anything like that, like fast food, or no? Well, I guess you can't tell us on the air, right?
We do have a lot of catered meals, so she's picking out a lot of meals for us, but obviously, if we want to have a cheat meal, we are able to go home and have that if we want it. But right now we are eating a lot of meals prepared by her, and they've all been good, and I think they're all helping us.
How much has things changed, not just on the field? Obviously, practice has changed. Mike Houston, Scotty Montgomery to Mike Houston, and the rest of the staff, but just all around since the new staff got here. John Gilbert, everybody. How much has things changed culturally around this program? Like you mentioned, we do have a nutritionist. There's been upgrades to the weight room. How different does it feel this year versus this time last year?
I think it's completely different, and I think it'll be great for us. Everybody who's been hired has done a great job, and it's been fun to see the culture change, to be a part of that change, and I'm looking forward to this year and the future.
You look actually bigger and stronger. I wanted to ask you about Coach John Williams, Big John. He looks intense. It's like I feel intimidated when he walks by me, like he's going to make me do some reps. How hard is he in the weight room?
He definitely keeps us focused, and if we're not focused, he lets us know, and we'll definitely won't have that happen again. But he's doing a great job with us in the weight room. It was a great off season with him. I think a lot of people made strides in the weight room, and we're looking forward to keeping the work with him.
Reid, you showed flashes last year, particularly early in the year. I think you had some injuries late that hindered you, but early in the year you showed flashes. I think about that last drive against Old Dominion, where you led the team down in a high-stress situation and got in a position to kick a winning field goal, things like that. With the competition with Holton this year, I mean, I don't know. I want to ask this right. Obviously, you want to start. Mm-hmm. If for whatever reason you don't start and Holton, quote unquote, beats you out, are you going to be locked in to be a backup and be ready to go? There's a lot of guys when that happens, they look to transfer, that kind of thing. I mean, if that happens, not saying it will, how will you handle that?
I think I'll definitely still be locked in. It's been fun in this program, and I definitely want to be a part of Coach Houston's team. So whatever happens, I'll be supportive. If I'm out there, I'll be trying to do my best, and if I'm not out there and he's out there, then I'll definitely be supporting him and the rest of the team. One
of the things I've been very happy with is both of y'all seem to be like friends, or seem to be handling things very well. Sometimes you see where inside a quarterback room, if you will, this position, that people are not happy with each other. You guys have been handling very well, and I think one thing that I was telling Kyle and Bubba off the air before we did the podcast a week ago or so, that you guys there's a lot of talent in the quarterback room where it's like the next man up. So if you didn't start and something, God forbid, happens to Holton, if that's the case, or vice versa, that both guys will be ready to go.
I think that's definitely true. We have a lot of talent in that room, and we've all been positive with each other throughout the preseason and through camp. So whoever's in there, everybody's going to be supportive, and if somebody else's number is called, I think everybody will be ready. How different
is Donnie Kirkpatrick's offense than the previous staff's offense?
It's got some similar things, but also a couple of different things. But he's done a good job with us, preparing us for his scheme, and I think it'll be really well for us.
We're looking forward to a big season, obviously, this year. Are you Raleigh's your hometown? I know you would like to go there and get a big victory on August 31st.
Yeah, that's definitely very important to me. I'll see a lot of people I know in the stands there. It'll be a great atmosphere. We're going to go there and play our best, and hopefully we come out with the win.
So what is your favorite milkshake before?
Probably Reese's Cup strawberry cheesecake from Cookout.
Reese's Cup strawberry
man, that's good stuff. I like Reid even more.
Is that an original creation?
No, I stole it from my roommate.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
All right, Reid, thank you so much for spending time with us. Good luck to you. Very excited about the season, and I appreciate you spending time with us today.
Thank you.
It's Media Day 2019. Very excited, and we have a lot of players we're going to get to, the media talking to them. So it's a live podcast right now. Hello, Facebook Live. Very excited to be here. This is a huge day for us with not only this podcast, with this football program, and Kyle has a Sports Objective hat on. So, it's got to be big, no doubt about it. So if you want that, maybe we can start selling T-shirts and stuff, and we'll get you. The guy that can do that is definitely our good friend Kyle from LaGrange. She appreciate you, buddy. The shirts look fantastic.
Minimum wage T-shirt printer right here.
No, you're not. I'll tell you, folks, I do know for a fact that's not the case, but I'll let that between Kyle and his bosses. So yeah, Owen from Tampa. Yeah. So anyway,
hey, is he here? I don't see him.
I don't see Owen here.
No,
he's not here. But anyway, a great day for everybody, and looking forward to a big day. We're good to go. Thank you, Al Cannon, who's spending the dollars here. And there's a lot of people that, this is another thing that's bad if you have ADD, and I'm not making fun of people. I do. I think I do before that. But the very fact that there's so many great players here, and we're trying to get to them. So we're going to get to them as fast as we can. And we have another hour. So between now and 3 o'clock that we can, 2:30 actually. And then the last half we can Kyle, we can get phone calls in. And I know our very own Bubba Rosenbaum, we're going to get to him in just a second. I wanted to reboot everything and get ready for the second half of the show. And for some reason, we have like 13 minutes left. We'll see how that's going. But anyway, we'll work that out. All the kinks. It's nothing like a live broadcast.
Yeah, guys, and if you are listening via podcast and you lose the feed, get on Facebook Live. Go to the Sports Objective Facebook page. We are live there.
Yeah. We're supposed to be another hour, so we're working out the details.
Dave, do we have backup audio recording in case we do?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
yes,
good,
we do.
Good.
We're working on everything, so you always have to have a plan B and C and D, and thank you to Al Cannon. If it wasn't for Al Cannon, we wouldn't be on the air.
And now we're waiting for our lovely field producer to get us another guest.
So we're doing that right now. Clip, do you have time? Do you have time to talk to us? He's not. He's working. We'll get some folks on. Clip Bach, of course, from Pirate Radio, our friend, does a great job, and certainly getting ready for. They're doing all the players. That's the thing. You got to get all the players on in a certain amount of time. So we're doing that. We have Darius Pinnix now joining us,
right.
And another running back. I think this is rigged here because the field producer is getting all the running backs. Kyle from LaGrange Barber and Dave Richmond here, Darius, and Kyle's a big fan of the running backs. Not like I'm not, but that's his favorite position. So we already had Hussein, and now we have you on. So how are you, man? Good to see you.
Hey, I'm blessed and highly favored. It's a blessing just to be here.
Yeah, this is a big day for us, but I know it's got to be big for the players too. Talk about what is media day like for you? This is not your first rodeo. What's it like?
It's really just having fun. Like today, they ask a lot of questions. They want to see how you perform under pressure, but it's really having fun with it.
Well, I know you can't tell us who's going to be starting. You probably don't know, but number 7, would number 7 be starting this year? Or how do you...
I don't know. It's every running back from 1 through 8 has been great this whole camp, and we've just been pushing and learning from each other each and every day.
Very excited. There's a lot of sorry, Kyle. I'll just say this real quick, and I'll let you ask a question. There's a lot of talent in your room, in the running back room.
Every running back has their own type of game, and that's why we just learn from each other. Like we try to pick up just the little things from each other to help our game out even more.
Darius, you're a very physical back. Coach Houston's offense, relies more on the running game than the previous staffs. How does that benefit a guy like you to play in an offense that, needs a guy who can be physical running the ball?
It's just Coach Houston challenged me, and that's what I really like. I like being challenged, and I love competing each and every day with my brothers.
That's great to hear that it's a friendly rivalry and not that's a good thing where you guys are competing against each other, which makes you guys better versus where there could be tension in the room or bitter. I've never experienced that with you guys.
Yeah, see, we compete to get better. Like, if Hussein have a better day than me, I'll be like, well, I'm going to get you tomorrow, like something like that, just to show him that I'm bringing it each and every day. Like, it ain't nothing sweet.
Yeah, and running back's a position where you're going to play more than one anyway. If you have one running back, chances are that's not going to work out too well for you. You're going to get hurt. So, it ain't like, if you start and Howe's backing you up, you're both getting on the field.
Yeah, we just got to keep staying on each other, staying humble. Like, even if I mess up, Hussein's the first person to come over to me and tell me what I did wrong and tell me go back to my basics and remember the techniques. And I do the same thing with him. Like, we just got that bond. The whole running back group, we just got that bond, and that's why we're so outstanding as a running back group so far in camp.
How much has the offensive line improved? Coach Shankweiler is a guy that, for long-time Pirates, we know what he's capable of and what he can get out of his players. How much has they improved for you guys? I would think, you run behind them. I would think you would notice it if they've gotten better.
Big John's been doing a great job with all of us and helping us get stronger and stuff like that. But I've seen the work that the O-line has put in, and it's showing on the field, especially during camp. Like, every hole is big. Every time we run the ball, there's always somewhere to go.
Very excited for this offense with Coach Mike Houston. Can you talk about Donnie Kirkpatrick? DK, he's been here, a couple of different coaching staffs, and now he's back. How is it to have Donnie Kirkpatrick as offensive coordinator?
He's a great guy, and he loves playing around and joking around and stuff like that. Like, just the other day I told him that me and him look alike, and he got he started laughing and stuff like that. But Coach K, he's a great dude, and I can't wait for the season to start this year.
How is it, talking about Donnie Kirkpatrick, or Coach K as you called him, knowing the guys he's put in the league, Dwayne Harris, Zay Jones, Justin Hardy, of course they were all receivers, but nonetheless they were guys, he was their position coach. knowing he's put guys in the league, does that how does that ring true to a player?
That's why we're here. We're here to make it to the league. We're here to win games, and I can't wait.
Yep. Exciting time because with the running game, I think is going to be tremendous this year. I think with the O-line, when you have Coach Shank, you have Donnie Kirkpatrick, when you have Mike Houston, when you have Coach I want to ask you about Coach Sims. What do you think about him? He's one of my favorites on the staff this year. What's he like to play for?
Coach Sims, he's a great coach, and we know when to get serious with him, and we know when to joke around. Like he's a down to earth guy, and he loves pushing us and challenging us every day. And he's always going to be one of the people that's going to tell you what you did right and what you're going to be wrong. Like he's not just going to give you taps on the back and stuff like that. He's going to tell you what you're wrong and how to fix it.
Very exciting for him, and I know with the new coaching staff, you guys in practice. What's practice like now for you? Compared to in the past?
We always moving. It's like one big condition practice. That's what it is, and it's just helping us get better, like helping us become more physical. And even when we're tired and days we don't feel like practicing, all coaches, they challenge us and we always overcome their challenges.
I know one of the things that is exciting for me to see, even though the heat has been outrageous this fall camp. It's been unbelievable. But do you think that'll make you guys better when it comes to, like, for example, you got a game in a couple weeks, high noon in Raleigh. It's not much difference as far as the climate there in Raleigh, as far as the weather than it is here. And you guys, it looks like you guys will be ready to go.
Yeah, well, like today was a very hot day.
Yeah.
And we just perform no matter what it is, no matter if it's snowing, raining, no matter what. We've been practicing in all kind of conditions, and that's just what's helping us get better.
What about Big John Williams? What do you think about him?
He's great. Like, he's helped me out a lot. I got my squad all the way to 635. He's helped me lose weight and everything, so he's a great guy.
We open up 2 weeks against NC State in Raleigh, closed the season with them this past year. Now we're opening up with them. How was that for you personally, knowing how things ended last year?
I wasn't able to play against them last year because I was hurt.
Right.
But I can't wait to play against them. Like, I love being on the field with my brothers, and I feel like it's gonna be a great game, and it's also gonna be a great season.
It's gonna be an exciting time, and good luck to you guys. I know that it's the energy on the field, the practice field, whether it's spring ball, but now even I think there's more of an urgency now because we're so close to the season. But I'm very excited for you guys, and I hope you have a big season, and we look forward to it. We'll be covering every step of the way with you guys.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, that's running back Darius Pinnix. Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. And I look forward to a big season again. 2 weeks from, hard to believe it's less than 2 weeks now, officially on the 31st. So it's going to be a big, big day for us. And Pirate Nation, there's a lot of people that are going to be traveling to Raleigh. They're from the Triangle. They'll be at that game. There's going to be a lot of purple and gold, and can't wait to get the season started.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Darius.
One of the best, Darius Pinnix there, and appreciate him coming on with us. As always, we have a lot of great guys on there. We're getting a lot of players on. And we're here till 3 o'clock if you're just joining us. We're on Facebook Live, and obviously you can go there. And we're here with Media Day at Harvey Hall in the Murphy Center, East Carolina, right near the beautiful Dowdy Ficklin. I look to my right, and there it is. And we're very excited to have you on. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Glad to have Robinson. What's your first name? I'm sorry. Devondre Robinson here with us. A lot of great players. How's the practice going? How's fall camp been with you so far?
Fall camp been pretty intense. Getting after it. Just learning the new scheme and getting after it.
What about with Coach Houston? What does Coach Houston bring to the table this year? How are things with him?
Things are pretty good. He's been a couple places where he changed a lot of programs around. So we just got to listen to him and take everything what he's saying and understand it, just go with it.
A very exciting time with a new coach, new coaching staff. What about your coaches? What do you think, what have they brought to the table?
My position coach is Coach Bob Trott. So he got a lot of experience. He's been in a lot of good places. He's been at the highest level. So I know he got a lot of experience. You just take the knowledge that he's given us and run with it.
Talk about how old school Coach Strong is. I mean,
he won't tell us anything in the media, man. He won't tell us anything, man.
He's been around. He's been around for a while. Coached at all levels. Yeah. And just talk about his mentality. Have you ever played for anybody quite like him?
Not really. This is my first time. He pretty old school, but he pretty relatable too. So he'll a fun guy. I like playing for him. Well, he definitely knows what he's doing, and you have a lot of fun. This defense certainly, I think, will be much improved. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about, in practice, how hard have you guys been working on tackling? Because tackling has been something that we've been wanting to see improvement on. How is the tackling in practice? Pretty intense. We do a lot of thud. We thud probably like every day, and we all have position drills where we just work on tackling every day. So, yeah.
How much more physical are you talking about thud drills? How much more physical are practices now under Coach Houston versus the previous staff?
We got this period in practice where they call inside run, and that's pretty real intense. They get on us. They want us to get after it. So that's pretty much it. Implementing that, I think that was pretty good for them, implementing the inside run period.
How often do you guys go physical? I mean, is every day a physical practice? Or?
It's like every other day we do inside run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you have to. There's like a balance. You want to. You obviously play like you practice, but at the same time, there's a balance of you don't want to get the players hurt at the same time.
Yeah, it's just every other day. They want to take care of us too, but they want to make sure that we stay physical.
What about the fall camp? What are your thoughts? How has it been?
It's been pretty good. Just learning everything. Getting around the guys, being better. Getting that more cohesive unit together. That's pretty much it.
We're very excited, obviously, defense. And what do you think about NC State? I know that's what you have to have that on your mind right now. Yeah. We're less than now officially 2 weeks away from the first game. You guys, you've got to be ready to be hitting somebody besides your own teammates.
We're just going to take it day by day, preparing. When that day comes, we just get to it.
It's going to be exciting. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and certainly good luck to you. And I know it's going to be a great season.
All right, thank you.
All right. And Deontay Robinson, appreciate you very much on the defensive side of the ball. And right now we have one player that I think everybody in Pirate Nation will know, Holton Ahlers. His dad, Morgan Ahlers, and I have been friends for a long time. Holton, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
And Holton, I wanted to ask you, how's it going to feel when you run out on the field against NC State as a starting quarterback?
Can't wait.
You can't wait?
Is that confirmation?
Can't wait.
Okay.
It's going to be a great game, and I know I know you're healthy, but the last game you had to sit out that last game, but you look fantastic on the field, and certainly in spring ball, and certainly in fall camp, you look like you're even better than you were before.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that I took advantage of that time off, and get my body to the best shape possible. Last year I was coming out of high school and didn't really know what a college football season would bring to me, and my body, I'm excited about it. I've definitely took this off season to kind of perfect my body.
Holton, you knew Donnie Kirkpatrick, you knew Coach Shankweiler, because of who your dad is and being around the program. How is it for you personally playing for you probably didn't expect that you'd be playing for those two guys. So how is it for you getting to play for Coach Kirkpatrick and, being around Coach Shank?
Yeah, that's awesome. I think they're kind of, ECU football legends, especially in Greenville. Everyone kind of knows their name. And, when I figured out that they were the ones coming here, I definitely, I'm excited about it. We have a great relationship. It keeps growing every single day. They are the guys that are going to change this place.
What has the buy-in been like for your teammates? I think for you it was pretty strong from the word go. What about your teammates? Is there any of them you had to coach, hey, you need to listen to these guys, they know what they're doing? Or has the buy-in been strong across the board?
I think it's night and day. I think everyone's balled in. I know everyone's balled in. None of us came here. None of us got recruited to go 3-9. And right. I think it started with that. And, these fans, we want these fans filled up again. And we want the fans here at these games and even at away games. And we know that this coaching staff will bring wins to this program, which is what everyone wants.
Holton, I know that one of the things I've heard you say is that one of the reasons why you've grown up a Pirate, and certainly you want to see where we're winning championships again. You were a kid when we were winning the Conference USA championships back-to-back. How important to you, being a local kid, growing up right around at the stadium many, many times with your dad and your whole family, what is it like? How hard do you think it's going to be to climb that mountain again to get another conference championship?
I think winning any championship is going to be hard, but that's why I'm here. I didn't come here to lose. I came here, to win championships and bring championships to Greenville, and I think we got the players to do it. I think we got the coaching staff to do it, so I'm excited.
Last year you beat North Carolina, so you got that under your belt. You're a part of that. What will it mean to you to beat NC State week 1? If y'all can get that, you've beaten Carolina and you beat NC State.
Yeah, I mean, I think you come here. I mean, those games are obviously any in-state game is a big deal, and I mean, it's not surprising. Those are my final 2, so it definitely means a lot to me. But I'm glad I'm here. I couldn't imagine being any other place. I'm excited.
What do you think it's going to take as far as getting the fans back? We have, in my opinion, I know I'm biased being an ECU graduate, we have the best fans, as you know, growing up a Pirate. How quickly do you think we can get with Mike Houston, you, and a lot of great players with the talent and coaching staff that we can get 50,000 rocking in Dowdy Ficklin? I
mean, that's what I expect. Those people and those fans, mean a lot to us. And during the games, they help a lot more than I think they realize. And when that stands is full and when everyone's here, being loud, that helps us a lot.
By the way, folks, call 1-800-ECU. Get your season tickets now.
Amen.
Get on the train now.
Do it. Yes, sir.
Who are your, without leaving anybody out, if you start naming names, you're going to leave people out. Who are going to be your top targets this year at receiver? Snead, how's everybody looking? How's your playmakers looking?
Yeah, I think we're looking great. I couldn't tell you who's going to be the top guy because, they're so spread out and they're all playmakers. I'm excited about that. I think this year we'll definitely have some guys, take up and take a step up that, maybe weren't there last year. But I'm excited about it. I think we got players that will make plays and got the line up front to protect. So we're excited.
How much does Donnie Kirkpatrick and Coach Houston want you to run the ball in this offense? Is it going to be less or more than the previous staff?
Yeah, we've taught it's day by day and game by game. But whatever they need, I'll do it. I just came here to win, and that's what I expect to do.
Now, would you rather pull it down and run, or would you rather throw it if you had your preference?
I'd rather throw it, but if there's a lane open, I'll run it. I don't care. Like I said, whatever to get the first down, whatever to keep the ball moving.
Gotcha.
We're very excited because of your staying here. And what about having former Conley great C.J. Johnson? He's with you now. Is it going to be like – I was telling people there were games last year, not making fun of but before you were here, there were more people watching you on a Friday night in a game than one of the games we had here. I was here freezing that next night. And so how is it special is it to have you and C.J. back together?
Yeah, I think anyone from Greenville that comes here is going to be special. Definitely me and him have that connection at receiver. But like I said, we got a lot of good receivers that are going to step up this year. He's going to be one of them, so I'm excited.
He's definitely – what about running backs? The running back room, we've talked to a couple of them. They're just there's a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. I'm very excited about that. Yeah,
I think those guys, 4 or 5 deep, I think they're interchangeable. But I think it starts with Hussein, Howe, and Darius Pinnix. Those guys have, earned that. I think, they've definitely worked. And I think they're kind of fan favorites around here now. They're hard-nosed, run style. And, they're definitely going to be guys that will step up this year.
Yeah, if there was any knock on you last year at all, and I don't see how there could have been, the situation you were in as a freshman, it was your completion percentage. What have they done to the coaching staff to try to get you to work on that to get that up?
Yeah, it just starts with reads. Know where to go with the ball and accuracy. Obviously you work on every single day. I'm not going to act like I didn't see that last year. I know that's something I got to work on, and that's one of my main goals this year.
Well, Holton, we appreciate you coming on, and good luck. It's going to be great, and going to win in Raleigh in a couple weeks. It's hard to believe it's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, thank you so much, and say hello to your dad for us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Holton.
All right, that's Holton Ahlers, the quarterback here. I appreciate him very much. I know we're out of time, and certainly with all the players, the player portion is wrapping up now, so we'll be talking to each other, and maybe if we can get some other folks from the media, we'll do that very soon here on the Sports Objective. Well, what a day. It's hard to believe that things are over, but I guess it's like all good things must come to an end. And, Kyle, that went by extremely fast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun talking to the coaches, players, and, getting excited and ready for the 2019 season as we open up with NC State in 2 weeks. And, it seems like there's a lot of positivity in the room, and there always is at the beginning of the football season because everybody's 0-0, but it seems very genuine. These players, you can tell they've bought in to this coaching staff, and it doesn't come across as BS.
No, it doesn't. I'll tell you what, NC State, if they take East Carolina for granted, we might have an upset on our hands. I know that at one point it was 17.5 points a week or so ago. I saw the line. I haven't seen it this week. It's been a lot going on.
Yeah, and that was down. It opened up like at
21. 21.5, 22. Yeah,
down to 17.5. That shows you, the kind of respect that is held for Coach Houston and his staff.
Do you think he'll go down anymore?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Probably not much.
I'm not a betting man, so I don't know that
Probably
stuff.
not much. It might. It could go up a little. That depends on injuries and things like that, too, between now and then. But 17, based on last year's score.
Oh, my God, 55-point difference.
Quite honestly, if we go – I mean, I want to win. But quite honestly, if we go up there, play well, and lose by 17 – I'm not going to be disappointed. I'll be disappointed we lost, but not in the way we
lost
played.
NC State, right?
Yeah. I'll feel good about things.
No doubt about it. In fact, right now, that one's one that, obviously as a fan you won't very bad, but the chances that's going to be a tough game. But you never know. The good thing is we're playing the first game of the season. So that that's very exciting to do that, and I know the fans are very excited about it. Just 2 weeks away, a little bit less than 2 weeks away. Kickoff is August 31st, so Friday. It's going to be on the ACC network, and of course, our good friend Jeff Charles. What I like to do is I put the TV on, and I have Jeff Charles and everybody on the Pirate Radio Network on the audio portion.
Well, Dave, I know you're like me, and you have Dish Network, so unless we go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something, this Pirate Sports Network may be our only option without going to Raleigh.
I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
They don't have the ACC network on Dish, but please call Dish and tell me you want the ACC network.
I don't know. I kind of want the ACC network just for this one game. I don't want to support the ACC at all.
Well, maybe there's other ways we can get the ACC network.
If somebody wants to provide us with an illegal leak, in this case, we'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't tell anybody.
Right.
They'll have to kill us for sure. But
no one's listening.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a very exciting thing. By the way, on a sad note, I don't know if you saw this, but our good friend and co-host Bubba Rosenbaum brought it to our attention. Former East Carolina coach and Duke great, and of course he went on to coach at Duke. Mike McGee passed away yesterday at his home in Colorado at the age of 80. So we're going to send our thoughts out there. We're going to try to have a show next week to honor him with a few players.
Mike was a coach here 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah, he was he was here for 1 year, and he's the coach that was coaching when the infamous plane crash of Marshall in 1970. So a lot of history there. We had John Casaza. Maybe we can have him back on. And some other players that played for him and talk about him, what kind of coach. But we want to honor him, and we'll try to do that next week for sure. Want to thank everybody here for listening, obviously. Want to thank our good friend Al Cannon, who's twisting the dials, and he's been working really hard. I tell you what, the internet sometimes can be very squirrely, as we know, and appreciate him very much. Miss Bubba Rosenbaum, I appreciate him helping us out all throughout the week to get ready prepare for this. Thanks to our field producer, Jessica Barber, who tries to keep Kyle straight. I think she works overtime.
Yeah, and we really needed Jessica today. She did a great job getting players for us.
Thank you.
So thank you, and Dave, Bubba, you'll appreciate this. Thank you, baby,
for sure. And thanks to all the fans that have made 50 Pirates in 50 days a huge success. I want to remind you folks once again, we got the Pirate Cruise coming up with a sports objective next July. And I'd love for you to call Dana right now. Dana Shrink, 919-830-4161, 919-830-4161, and be with us next July as we go from Charleston to the Bahamas, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, Kyle, I've had a great time, my friend. Appreciate you very much. I guess we'll wrap things up. It looks like everybody's going to turn off the lights now, so we better get out of here.
We better get out. We'll be the last ones in here. Of course, it ain't so bad to be left in here. It's a pretty good view.
Yes, it is. Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium is to our right, by the way, if you're listening, and for sure. Thank you so much, everybody. And live, we've been for Media Day here for 2019 for the East Carolina Pirates. For Kyle from LaGrange Barber, Al Cannon, Jessica Barber, and our good friend Bubba Rosenbaum, a co-host, I'm Dave Richmond for the Sports Objective Podcast.
You've been listening to the Sports Objective Podcast. Join us next time as the guys will be objective, and the objective is sports.